I do not miss this, no. Not one bit, but boy, do I miss you. Happy 225th anniversary, First Presbyterian Church of Skaneateles. I cannot believe, truly, I cannot believe it has been roughly 8 years since my departure. Time has certainly flown, but please know this. You remain a very important part of my story and my testimony. You truly were the first congregation that called me into this holy ministry of the Word and Sacrament. You may not know this, but you called me at exactly the right time. Looking back now, I can see God's providence so clearly. And I'm here to give testimony of your love and perseverance. Church, my name is Mario Bolivar, and I'm part of your story. My reality, my testimony is that there was a lot of firsts with you. My first sermon as an installed pastor was with you. The first time I presided at the Lord's table as an installed pastor was with you. My first baptism as an installed pastor was with you. You gave a young pastor room to learn, to grow, to make mistakes, and to discover the joy and the responsibility of being a pastor of God's people. And there are so many stories. I mean, who could ever forget the youth trip to New York City where the bus caught on fire on our way to the mission trip during my first week as your associate pastor? Somehow, even that became part of our story. Then there were trips to Boston, and especially our mission trip to Puerto Rico before Hurricane Maria. I watched as many of you fell in love with the people there, and when the hurricane devastated the island, your commitment to serve only grew stronger. That is who you are, people that care. It was with you that I learned what it meant to be a husband and then a father and shake it all together and being a pastor still. In fact, you are the congregation in whose presence our firstborn, our son Dante, was baptized. And I'm delighted to tell the world that to this day you keep that promise. I smile because still to this day, many of you are fulfilling that promise today. You continue to pray, you continue to be in touch with us, and it's a promise that is never just said. It's something to be lived out, that you live. For me, there was a lot of growing to do, and I did that with you. There was a lot of waking up to the reality of ministry, to the beauty and the challenges of serving Christ's church. Thank you for giving me the room to become the pastor that I am today. And how could I forget that it was with you that I completed my naturalization process and became a U.S. citizen. Whenever I tell the story, it still amazes me is that something that could have remained deeply personal became something that belonged to the community. The whole church celebrated. You rejoice with me as though it belonged to you. And perhaps that's what I celebrate the most today. You taught me that faith is never merely something that we read about in the scripture. Faith is something that we embody. Faith is something we reveal. Faith becomes visible in the way we celebrate together, how we mourn together, how we serve together, and how we carry one another's burdens. It was at Skaneateles that I learned one of the greatest lessons of ministry. If you truly love Jesus, then, and only then, we must love and care for the people that Jesus has entrusted to us. Today, I serve as the equipping Presbyter and state clerk of the Presbytery of Florida. And every sermon that I preach, every congregation I encourage, every leader I equip and visit, every decision I make, I carry with me the lessons that were first nurtured among you. You will forever be my first congregation. And every accomplishment, every milestone, every victory in ministry belongs first to God, but is woven But woven in every one of those moments is your love, your patience, your encouragement, and your willingness to believe in what God does in a young person's heart. You called me first. Thank you for seeing gifts in me that once again I had not yet fully seen in myself. As you celebrate 225 years of faithful ministry, I pray that you will also celebrate the countless saints, past and present, who made this congregation what it is today. I give thanks for every pastor, every elder, every deacon, every choir member, every nursery care person, every Sunday school teacher, every volunteer, every child, every youth, and every member who has faithfully pointed someone towards Jesus by the way that they choose to live their life. May the same God who has sustained you for 225 years continue to lead you in the future with courage, compassion, joy, and purpose. Congratulations, First Presbyterian Church of Skaneateles. Know that although many miles separates us, you are deeply loved, fondly remembered, and continually thanked for the role you have played in shaping my life and the ministry that I now lead. May God richly bless you for generations to come. Happy 225 years of ministry. Congratulations.